Good morning, or whenever this is for you, and welcome to Chicken and Cat Yoga, not live from Tucson, Arizona. So you can check the video for the date, but we're almost at the solstice, so I had to get up pretty early, and I don't know if we're gonna have much time in the shade, but we'll enjoy the time we have together. And then if I have to move into the dojo to do some standing poses, we can do that. When I stand up, the sun's gonna hit me right in the face. And so as we meditate, introductions are in order. I don't know what you can see in this frame. I'm Carlos. This is Baby Monster. That is Rita, Rhode Island Red. There's Coco, who's not broody anymore, but she's molting. She looks terrible. Hey, there goes Banu. Come back, Banu. Banu without a collar. Isn't that against the law? No, not in Arizona. And then, come back, Banu. Banu, come back. And then Becky is the buff Orpington. We're still meditating, remember? And then Fauna, the Oricana, is laying an egg right now. So when she's through with that, she'll come in here and she'll be in great spirits, because that's how they work. They're so proud after they lay their egg. And then so we lost Banu, but at least you saw him. You get no, don't drink my water. I guarantee at least one cat and one chicken per session, even if we have to break for me to round up a cat. Okay, so let's remember, you guys can meditate before we start, and you could also do your favorite stretches. You may have a stretch that's not a yoga stretch, and then you know that I won't do it because I'm a real traditional purist. But if you have a favorite stretch that we don't do, then just do it before we start, so that you're nice and warmed up. And speaking of which, here's a little note. What we're gonna do. So first of all, we'll just do poses while we talk. So grasp your feet, inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale forward. Here he comes. So on an inhale, slowly come up, and we'll go into our camel ride, as we love to do. This is a wonderful warm-up for the spine. Exhaling back, inhaling forward, arching the back, looking up slightly. Start out with almost no movement, and then just think that you're gonna just do a little tiny bit more each time as the spine warms up, becomes more flexible, as the spongy discs between the vertebra are revitalized and rejuvenated. So what I was going to tell you is, if you do yoga with me, you've probably noticed I've got about a dozen different themes that we do. And so every session is similar, but a little different. And there are some poses then that you won't see only every like couple of months. And so that's good if you like variety, but it's bad if you're trying to learn that pose and you never really get a chance to practice it. And we do it for 1 minute and then it's gone. And then you don't see it again for a couple months. So instead of going straight forward, straight back, we'll make more of a rounded wave movement with the spine, because we're doing one of our animal themes. So animals don't just go straight forward, straight back. Everything is an undulation, in a circle, in a spiral. We, as ingenious humans, always think, how can we always want to take the shortest distance between 2 points with our rational mind, but that doesn't always get us there the fastest, right? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do a particular theme in the videos, and then we'll do that same theme when we get together live in the park. And if you are watching this from some place that's not allowed to be live yet, don't worry, it's not an illegal gathering, it's perfectly legal gathering. And we're all like 10 feet apart. Some people are masked up, others choose not to. So that way, if you're watching this video now, if there's anything that you don't quite get or you need to practice, then when you join us in the park, you'll be doing it for the second time. And I hope that's not tedious. So in some practices like Bikram yoga, they do exactly the same set of 24 poses every day. And they recommend doing it every day, right? So I hope that's not too much repetition. You know, if you're easily bored, yoga might not be your thing. And you guys know, my theory is I don't try to make yoga my everything. I don't try to make yoga fit every single situation. There's other things in life, right? So I've said before, I think that people that are doing the super explosive, oh, there goes Fauna. She just laid her egg. Good for you, Fauna. Come on and join us. So I've said that I think that people are doing super explosive yoga. They should just play tennis, or they should take up a martial art. I think they would have if you want a massive workout in your yoga, go do a massive workout. Don't do yoga. If you want crazy explosive movements, take Taekwondo, right? That's just my opinion. Come here, Fauna. Come here, Fauna. All right, so that spinal movement was the elephant walking through the forest. Their spine is gently bending and flexing. Lay your hands on your knees and we'll go around one direction and then the other. Oh, Rita. What's the matter, Rita? Poor girl. Are you jealous of Fauna? Come here, Fauna. We know you laid an egg. Good for you. Let's go here. So my latest project is going to be to do some research and see what people have done to interpret chicken language, and that way I'll be able to tell you what they're talking about. I mean, I can guess, but I'm sure there's people who've studied it very carefully. Come back over here, Fauna. We're over here. Come here, Fauna. Come here, Fauna. We're over here. She can't find us. Here she comes. Good girl. Come on. There she is. Atta girl. Hey, be nice. Hey, be nice. Come here, Fauna. Cut it out. Don't be a bitch. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go up to here. Said it before, I'll say it again. This is less movement, not more. And it's all here. So we had a little discussion about the animal themes. So the animal themes, right, it's not to be taken literally. Oh, that's a good fun, good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. The animal themes, we're trying to just capture the spirit of the animal, right? So it's not literal. So you can find an elephant in this movement. This might be your trunk, or your trunk could be your trunk. It just gives you something to place your mind into, which is actually very meditative. When your mind and your body are in sync, cut it out. That's a very special thing, right? So if I'm making an elephant movement with my body and thinking about that elephant, it's a lot better than if I'm making an elephant movement and thinking about going to Trader Joe's later on, right? It's very significant. So there's actually there's an ancient Kabbalistic meditation ritual that they say is the most powerful meditation known to man. It's in the Bible somewhere, I can't remember where. They say that three rabbis attempted it. One became enlightened. One went insane, and then one became an atheist. Something like that. I don't know if it's in the Bible or if it's more in the Kabbalah. I can't remember, but it's beyond what we're doing. You hold a thought in your mind, and then it had to do with the Hebrew alphabet. You held an alphabetical character. Your body was in the shape of an alphabetical character, and then you held that character in your mind, and then you held your hands in the mudra of that character. So that's three things. We never do three things together. And then they held that, for like a whole day, right? So I don't make this stuff up, you guys. And then as far as the animalistic themes, again, it's the spirit of the animals. Maybe if you can actually bring your mind to think how that animal's even thinking, that's like really transcendent. But I'm not going to guide you in that. You have to do that on your own. Stop it. Be nice, you guys. I think they're jealous. They get jealous because she just laid a big old egg. First of the morning. Baby, come back. Oh, baby's leaving us. You'll be able to see her venturing away. Here she goes. She's had it. Okay, great. Enough of that. Enough of that. Let's refold our legs the other way. Try to do everything symmetrically, unless you have an injury on one side, and then you're excused. Okay. Let's just do another forward fold. Come here. Leave her alone. So if you've noticed that Rita picks on Fauna, it's not as bad as it looks. They're like frenemies. They're like sisters. They're inseparable, even though they look like they hate each other. They're just like that everywhere they go together. So I'm not that worried about it. Right? But you gotta be nicer. Don't poo over where I'm at. Let's come back up. Let's do our twist. So how could we possibly find an elephant in this movement? Well, there's a little aspect of ears, elephant ears, in this movement. Why don't we drop our arms all the way down? I know a lot of teachers teach this with the arms coming all the way down. We usually just come down to horizontal. Look at baby. Can you see her back there? I'll have to review the footage and see what she's up to. It's probably not good. So bringing the arms all the way down gives us more of a elephant's ears feeling. So the problem with the animal themes is that some of the animals that in our themes, we don't get a chance to observe them that much. I wish the zoo was open. Here in Tucson, one of the elephants just had a baby, right? So as soon as the zoo opens up, I'm gonna go visit the baby. I'm gonna try to do something to imprint on that little baby elephant's memory, because they supposedly will remember you for their entire life, right? And if I can do something, like maybe dress up like a giant peanut or something to really make that elephant remember me, it may remember me its whole life. It's gonna live a lot longer than I am. All right, how about next time we go out to the sides, we'll lower the arms down, stay here. I'm trying to lengthen upward as I twist. It's not just for good posture. It's easier on the spinal cord to twist in that straight axis. Okay. On an inhale, come back to your center point. Hey, Fauna, you're a good girl. um, and come to the other side next week. So I have no idea when you're viewing these videos, but if you're viewing these videos sometime around June 20th through the June 30th of 2020, we haven't had our monsoon moisture yet, so next week we'll do some water poses, try to conjure up some rain so this little patch of grass we're on won't die. And this is not grass. I mean, it's a grass, but it's not. It's mostly weeds. Now, baby, what are you doing out there? How about one more breath? Come back to center one last time. Release down. All right, good. Shake your legs out. So, Rita left me a little present. I'm going to cover it up so that I don't... So you guys, so shake your legs out. So you might wonder, you might say, hey Carlos, we never see you walking around town in long camouflage pants. Well, that's because we're down on these sharp weeds. And also, if I accidentally did get some chicken poo on my pants, you wouldn't be able to see it, so it wouldn't gross you out. We wouldn't have to stop the video. So anyway, and then also I can drawstring these shut at the ankles so I get bit by insects a lot less. So let's do our first Ganesha pose. Ganesha, the elephant-headed god of India, of Hindu mythology. So everything is significant. So normally most of the gods can be seen sitting in a lotus position or something, a cross-legged position. But every now and then you'll see them in a different, like you'll see Ganesha out in the forest with a bunch of hanging out with some other deities, and they'll all be in lotus position, but he'll be in this position here, and I don't know what it means, but this is why. But it's a great pose. It requires core strength. It looks easier than it is. At least for me, this is challenging to hold this pose with a perfect 90-degree angle here is my goal, and then to sit as straight as I can. One hand up, and then one hand here is sufficient. Since we'll be talking all about Ganesha, this is a secular class, right? I'm not a Hindu, but I'm also not mocking that faith. I have a great respect for it, but I just like to add this stuff just for to make it more interesting, right? So we could call it hand to knee and other hand up pose, and then that would just lose everything, right? At least for me. So let's switch. I'm on uneven ground here. That's why I'm struggling. But that adds more fun to it. So remember the qualities of Ganesha. Small eyes indicates concentration. Large ears means an excellent and attentive listener. Let me think. So he's pictured with a little mouse, and the mouse means a lot of different things. The mouse could indicate the tiny indwelling spirit. We have that in the Holy Trinity. The indwelling spirit is part of the Trinity, and in Western Judeo-Christianity. And so one of the stories about Ganesha is that all the deities, or a bunch of the deities, had a race around the cosmos. Uh-oh, dog alert. See if the chickens are completely unaware. The cats, there's a bunch of big dogs over there. Okay, they're gone now. See, you guys can see. I can't see if there was any reaction at all. Let's, no reaction? Aren't you, should be smarter. Okay, so let's do our thunderbolts. So Ganesha was not highly respected amongst the other gods, but they had this race around the cosmos, and he raced around the cosmos on the back of that tiny little mouse, and he won, and that earned him a lot of respect with the other gods and goddesses. And then also they needed someone to transcribe the Mahabharata, which was 30,000 pages, and he offered to do it, and he broke off one of his tusks and he dipped that in ink, and that's how he wrote. And so that sacrifice and diligence also earned him great respect with the other deities. So I don't know if you can even see my arms anymore, but my palms are together, facing up. So now one of the attributes of Ganesha is this tremendous, what would you call it? Well, a lot of faith and perseverance, and there's another word for it. Can't remember. Can't remember the other word for, but it'll come to me. So that's our thunderbolts. Let's do our squat of the morning or of the day. Have water if you want. I got little pieces of grass floating in my water. All right. Any kind of squat you guys like to do. That's it. Uh-oh. Don't bonk the microphone. Bad cat. Very bad. No, don't tip it over. Get out of my water. Get away from the mic. Doesn't Banu look sporty with no collar on? You gotta groom underneath that collar to make sure they don't get fleas. All right, so that's our squat of the day. Come up to a hanging forward bend. Our next elephant pose, or Gajasana, will be another elephant trunk movement.
So the arms are together like the trunk of an elephant. Slowly go from side to side. Maybe your arms are hanging, maybe they're dragging on the ground just like elephants do with their trunks. Oh, right? Yeah. Oh. Come around to the sides. Careful of your back. So you want a gentle swinging motion. I'm just a little tight this morning. All right. So you guys know at any point you can pause the video. You could do that for 2 or 3 more minutes if you wanted to. It's your practice, not my practice. So then we'll go front to back, okay? So be super careful here now. Front to back. If you want to come up, I highly recommend bending your knees at least the first time coming up. Come up nice and slow. All the way up. I'm coming way back to here. And then arch your back, look up. Similar to the wood chopper pose, but more curvy, more bendy, more naturalistic. The wood chopper pose is more straight lines and angles. Inhale up, exhale down. If you can't see the top half of me, don't worry about it. Keep going. Okay, one more, you guys. One more, and then we end in the downward position. Okay, we're back to a hanging forward bend. Okay, good. Whew. Let us walk our feet out into straddle. Man, they're just destroying this patch of ground. Gonna walk my hands over towards one foot. Keep the legs straight, keep the feet parallel. So you know what? If you can, make this distance between your feet a little shorter. So I'm going to walk my foot in. I have reasons. And then we're going to, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a stick. Let's pivot our feet around. Don't bend your leg. Don't worry, you thought we were going to do lunge, but we're not. Come around. We're going to do a revolved or reverse triangle, you guys. Much easier from down here than from above. So I'm going to plant the opposite hand, the other hand, to this foot. And then I'm going to twist from here breath. Come on down. So I didn't know that behind me you could see sparrows on the wire. Watch for those sparrows to signal danger, and see if the chickens are alarmed if the sparrows fly away, because all birds communicate regardless of their species, and they do it with very simple signals. The direction that the birds fly away, if it's because of danger, will indicate where the danger is coming from. And they do it as a signal even if they're not personally in danger. So watch for that, because there was a hawk in one of the videos. I saw it, I didn't really mention it. And then after the video, it came in real close, and it was gonna try to grab one of the chickens, either that or baby monster, but not Banu. Okay, here we go. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Legs are straight. All right, so hopefully you had in your mind the image of an elephant throwing its head back and lifting its trunk up. Or maybe you were thinking about Trader Joe's, I don't know. So let's bring our feet in. So we're about to come up, have a little water break, and do some standing poses. And I'm going to need to reposition the camera. So this is a good time for a water break. Everybody have some water. And I will rejoin you momentarily standing, and you'll be able to see my head. Okay. All right. And you might first settle in just a casual mountain pose, no big deal, and then have your water break. Excellent. Okay, so we're back. We're standing in a casual mountain pose. Why don't you pause and have a sip of water? Or I'll wait. In fact, I will. There go my notes. You guys are having your water while baby has her fun. Come here. Come here. Okay, we'll watch for her to do a yoga pose. Okay, so you're having your water break. This is perfect, little cat break. And so now
we will do the Kalari elephant. Everyone's favorite exercise from Kalari, and it's not really a pose. Keep an eye on her to do a pose. Okay, so let me run you through it, just in case you don't remember or you're new. So Kalari is one of the oldest martial arts in the world, and they have a series of animalistic exercises that they do to warm up. Now, whether these were actually had martial applications like in Tai Chi, I don't know, but it goes like this. So we'll come up. I'm just showing it to you. In fact, I'll turn sideways. So we come up and reach back, and then up, over, down. We're going to come down, and then loop under, elbows together, thumbs to the nose. That's basically it. We'll hold here, then we'll press up, and when the first time we come up, we'll come to one side, back, over, down, and up, and whoop. And then the second time back the other side. Third time, split the hands and make elephant ears. So pace yourself. Third time's a lot harder than the first time. We're going to go nice and slow and smooth. Breathing, natural breathing. You can't see her anymore. I don't think you can. No, she's destroying it. No, you killed it. No, she destroyed it. Oh no, she destroyed my notes. Okay, and that's with no catnip. But there might be catnip residue. Oh yeah? Now there's two pieces. Okay. Sorry, you guys. That's what cat yoga is all about. Here we go. Okay. Relax. And hands to the heart. Okay, reach back as far as you can. Big deep breath here. And then the hands come up, forward and down as the hands drop, sink down. Loop under, elbows together, thumbs to the nose, feet parallel. Not the deepest squat you could possibly do, just a good, nice, deep squat. Take a big, deep breath here, exhale, press up. No, she's chewing it apart. Stop. You gotta stop. Oh no. All right, I'm sorry, where were we? Here. And then back up and over, joining you in progress. Oh, good gracious. Loop under. Number 2, breathe here. Thumbs to the nose, elbows together. Big deep breath, exhale, press up. Hands to the other side. Reaching back, up, forward, and down. Last time. Woohoo! Oh man, okay, take a deep breath here and press up, split the hands apart, and this is your elephant ears, rest here. Okay, good. So let's see what my destroyed notes say comes next. Oh, okay. We'll do a side stretch. I better keep these to myself. Let's do our teapot side stretch. This has the profile of an elephant. This could be the elephant's ear. This is the head. And this is the trunk. Okay, feet are not together, that's too unstable. She's doing something over there. But the feet are parallel, that will accentuate the side stretch. So big deep breath, and then the trunk comes up and over. You could almost hear the elephant bellowing as they lift their head and look up and back. Keep breathing. As always, take the stretch out of the rib cage and feel the union of the hip and the elbow. And then feel a gentle pulling from the knee to the wrist. Hip to shoulder. Hip to shoulder. There's a union of hip and shoulder. There's a union of knee and elbow, and then wrist to ankle. It's a instead of a bilateral symmetry, it's this up and down symmetry, the symmetry that the top half of the body has for the bottom half of the body. And then inhale, reach up and release. All right, let's do the other side. When you're ready, you guys know, all you have to do is hit pause and you can go have more water. Or you can have an entire cup of tea and I would not even know. Big deep breath and then exhale over. But it's not really suggested that you do like a third of this set on Monday and a third of the set on Tuesday and the last part of the set on Wednesday, because it's supposed to be a complete set. So for those of you that don't have over an hour for yoga and meditation, you know, there is a video on there on the site that is just 45 minutes. Look for it, but don't be confused by the videos that are part 1 and part 2. You'll see some very short videos that say part 1 and part 2. That's not a complete set either. You have to look for one that just says cat and chicken yoga or cat yoga and look for a short time. And then maybe I'll do like a really short video, because we want to accommodate everyone's needs, right? I don't want to force you all into one type of practice. Inhale, reach up. And then release. Okay, good. So maybe I better do that. I better record a half-hour set just for those of you who really can't do, just so you'll have one just in case. Or it might be like a little dip during the week where you'll do this one at a special time, but just dip into the half hour, maybe one other time during the week. I don't know what your practice is like, whatever works for you. So let's do our balance. No, actually, let's do the twisted trunk of Ganapati in 2 forms. One as bound side angle, and then one in the intended way. So we'll do the first one, I think is the easier one, and I will I'll start you out like so. And then we will I'll turn around. Pivot right, look right, warrior 2 just briefly, and then side angle. So I'm going to go with a longer stance. Remember, what we're calling wider is the distance between the 2 feet here, and length is how long this is, okay? So then elbow down to the knee, and then side angle. Okay, the rest is optional. This is the elephant's trunk. Coming behind, take your time, drop that down. We've done this with straps. We'll do the straps again soon, but I'll give you some warning so that you can get your supplies in advance. So, wow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this morning. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to release that. Press up. Ooh, that side is difficult for me. I don't know why. Other side. Brief warrior 2. So with this long stance, man, my warrior 2 feels really good. It's nice and low and deep. I'm not overextended. I'm not reaching forward. If I lengthen this stance, I can still stay vertical and still have that feeling of really accomplishing something. So then here, and then here, and then here. Yeah, this side's a little easier. I always got an easy side and a hard side. Right. Still not a pose you want to hold for too long. I'm going to press up very ungracefully. And then with this super long stance, see if I can hop in. Good. All right, great. So now we're pretty darn grounded. We should be able to do our balance. And this is another elephant pose. This is Ganapati balance. Any Gana and Gaja refer to elephant. So it doesn't look a lot like an elephant, but what can you do? So it's just like warrior 1 is with the arms up, this is with the arms down. So this should make it easier because your center of gravity is lower. So nice. Now I'll step back here. Nice deep breath. And when you're ready, I'll go obliquely. We'll go over like so. So I'm keeping my arms in line with my back leg. And if I can, get to a 90 degree like a T. I'm not going to make it, but I can come back up. So you guys, so when you're practicing on your own, we don't want to do our balances to the point of failure. It's the opposite. You want to hold your balance till you predict that it's going to go bad and then come up, right? Because that way you will have a feeling of success each time. If you hold your balances to the point of failure, all you'll remember is losing your balance. I'd rather have you remember holding your balance. So if I come over to here and think that things aren't going well, I'll come back up, and that'll be my balance. If we have time, you could do that twice. So we do have time, so I'll do that twice. So if you have balance challenges and the rest of the room is holding their balance longer than you, then go down twice or go up twice, whatever the balance might be. So I feel I'm kind of starting to lose it. So, that was not very graceful. Wanted to do that more gracefully. So I violated my own rule, but there you have it. So what else do we have standing? Oh, the twisted trunk of Ganapati. It's the same thing only different. Okay, so this happens to be my right hand. It comes down through here, and it comes up around the right leg, so up under the right thigh. The left hand comes over the back, and then we'll join the hands. And I'm really sore today, so I can't even show you, but you could come to standing like this and then lift the right leg, and that would be the bird of paradise balance, right? Which is very difficult. And it's not only difficult, but it's potentially dangerous to your back, or to my back at least. So let's release that. Come back up. Other side, this is my left hand. That's my left leg. Go down, around. Okay, watch the right hand come across the back. Some people kind of reach it back there. That'll never work. It has to come across the back. You also can't reach this up between your legs. This has to come up almost around your knee. See? So I'm off to my side here. My left side much easier again. I don't know why. Okay. Twisted trunk of Ganapati. Okay, you get the idea. So, as long as we're down here, let's stay here in a hanging forward bend. And just relax. And again, you could pause your video and take a little water break. We're going to head back down to the mat. But if you take a water break, come join us again in our hanging forward bend. And that's where we will resume. Let me double check, make sure I didn't forget anything in my destroyed notes. No, that's good. Okay, so relax here. You could do that, you could do a little bit of that Gajasana again. See, coming around to the side gives you this nice twisting. All right, that's good. Just relax. Okay, so we're back, and we left off in a hanging forward bend at the front of your mat. And then, hey Rita, why don't we step back into our lunges? So we'll step one leg back. I don't care which one you step back. Okay. Hopefully you can see all of me. I'm being driven deeper into the shade here, you may have noticed. Hey, welcome back, baby. Hey, guys. All right. You could add a twist here. Again, like an elephant throwing its head back. Back down. Step that leg forward. Step the other leg back. Hey, hey, hey. Did you see that? Poor baby. She's somewhere at the bottom of the pecking order with the chickens across species. It doesn't matter. And Banu is at the top. He's the rooster. So there's a little drama in the corner here. Banu may have to beat up some chickens. Like a pimp. So if you'll notice, this twist is in the other direction than we went in our revolved triangle. So this is an opening to twist here.
Or no, maybe it's not. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's the same direction. Never mind. So you'll see I guess the only difference between the revolved triangle was the straight leg. Okay. So straight leg, lunge, leg. Okay, never mind. All right, that's good. Step that foot forward. And then we can move back to downward facing dog. You can hop back if you want or walk your feet back. Doesn't matter to me. Am I clear? Easy, easy. Baby's jumpy. She's nervous around the chickens. You don't understand, you guys. When the chickens were chicks, Baby Monster did everything she could possibly do to eat them. She would have eaten all 4 of them without even thinking about it. And she tried so hard, every way she could, to get into the coop. And they all remember that now. And most of all, Coco really remembers it. But Banu didn't have any interest in eating them at all. So we can lift a leg, and instead of lifting it really straight, like dedicated to Lakshmi, we can curve it around like an elephant's trunk, opening the hip out to the side, extending it up, curving it over, whatever you like to do. Let's switch legs. Okay, that's good. Back to downward facing DOG. Don't do that. So another thing we could do briefly and carefully is another sort of big elephant movement. Might be downward dog to upward dog, but you got to be careful. So slowly come down to your plank, and then this is where the lower back gets involved. Is if you drop down, got to engage the abs, look up slightly. Let's do that one more time. Back up and back down. Careful, really hold the abs tight to protect your lower back. Remember, we said in our Pilates video, think of the abs as the big brother to your lower back that protects him at all times. Or think of the lower back, or think of the abs as the front back. So they're the same thing. Think of it as just the front back. All right. Drop down to hands and knees, and then sit back in child pose. So I'm always doing the child pose with my arms out here so I don't have to smash my face down into the dirt, right? Oh, Rita, what you doing? Leave me alone for a second. I said, leave me alone. Okay, let's come up to hands and knees. Assume sort of an elephant-like position. Do some cat and cow. Just a couple. Oh, we lost our cat. Oh, no, we have one cat. We still have Banu. I don't know if you can see him or not. He's in the sun. Hard to believe that that thick coat keeps him cool in the summer as well as warm in the winter. All right, so let's do, well, this is technically Virasana, which is a tiger pose, but it definitely has a character of an elephant's trunk, especially when you start out. So don't discount this opening movement where the hand is coming up and back. So pretend that you didn't even know that we were going to eventually locate our opposite foot. So that first part is just a real nice little opener. And then get a little bit of a half bow here. Reminiscent of a baby elephant holding its mom's tail with its trunk when they're walking in a line. Unless it's nursing or trying to nurse. All right, so I gotta try to, oops. Try to get a little more stretch out of this. All right, see if I can bow up just a little bit more. It's called a half bow, so it should at least look a little bit like a half bow. That's enough. Okay, great. So, other hand. So again, we'll take plenty of time getting into this. Okay, so instead of just reaching back, let's extend up. Take a few breaths here. Reaching around back. And then you can try to find that foot. And then gently extend up. What? So I'll try to extend up a little higher. This is what I was trying to do on the other side where I lost my balance. All right. Excellent. Okay. Back to child pose. Cut it out. Yeah, the other birds are upset about something. Yep, you can hear the alarm. That cheep, cheep, cheep. And they all look up. So, come up to hands and knees. Do some more cat and cow. So while you're doing your cat and cow, when you come into cow, take a little peek over your shoulder. Oh, you know what they were doing? The birds were signaling where Baby Monster is. She's over across the parking lot, getting into trouble. So look over one shoulder, and then the next. And that's interesting. So like an elephant looking back, where's its little baby elephant? Don't want it to get too far away. It doesn't matter at the zoo, but it matters in India. Coco, what's the matter? Give me a feather, Coco. Yeah, look at that. She's molting. Look at that. Feathers everywhere. Okay, go back to straight. Don't look over your shoulder anymore. Straighten the spine out before we continue. And then, perhaps the greatest thing about the elephant is their ability to do headstands. So I'm going to try a headstand. I think you can probably see me. And I've got a wall now. Maybe you've got a wall too. Take your laptop or your phone or whatever you're looking at and maybe bring it over to a wall. But actually, you guys, I take that back. I'm not endorsing this headstand. I'm not recommending it. In fact, I'll show you an alternative, okay? So I take almost all the weight of my headstand in my arms, right? I don't believe in putting that much weight on the neck, okay? So I'm just gonna bring my head down, curl my toes under, and then come up to a sort of another downward facing dog here. And that's all you need to do. Maybe walk your feet a little closer to you, bring some weight into your arms. Okay, but I'm not recommending the headstand. I'm just saying that elephants have been known to do this. I cheated. I cheated. I'm not an expert at this. I've never taken a gymnastics class or even had any yoga training in the headstands. All I know is what we did when we were 3 or 4 years old, and that's all you need. So let's continue. For our side pose, we'll do our half moon side bend. Very elephant-like. Bottom leg bent, top leg long. This is all in the same line. Elbow under the shoulder. Hand down, inhale up and over. This is my big elephant's trunk. And then exhale down. So this, remember, as I always say, this is higher than a plank. This so that I get a side stretch here. There's no side stretch in a side plank. I need my side stretch here. How about one more? And we'll make sure we get that side stretch. Drink some water, girls. One more breath. Come on back down. Get out of the way, Rita. Other side, please. Okay, whenever you're ready. Poor Coco molting. I know she looks bad. It's a natural thing. So don't worry. Losing all her feathers. How about next time we go up, this will be our last one, so hold the top. Really hyperextend up, get that additional side stretch if you didn't already. And then come on down when you're ready. And we're just about done. Let's lay back, hug your knees to your chest. I won't have room. Okay, you don't need to see my head. So relax here, loosen the lower back. And then we'll go into our final twist. Knees to one side, head to the other. This is a Markatasana or monkey twist, remembering the special relationship that the monkey and the elephant have. In nature and in mythology, Hindu mythology. Slowly bring the knees over to the other side. Very slowly, come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest one final time. Really scan your body for any tension, any soreness,
And God forbid anything that we did, any poses that taxed your body. This is your chance to release all that. And remember, what we'll do is I'll get you started in Savasana, and then I'm going to sneak away. So you guys, whenever you're ready, take your last breath. Exhale, collapse down into your corpse pose. Go into your favorite Savasana meditation. Or just do your long, even, natural breathing. Calm the mind. So, if I leave you here with chickens to meditate to, then how can you do it if your eyes are closed? Well, you can meditate in any position you want. So you can come back up to sitting and watch the chickens, or see if we have a cat or something like that. Or you can just listen. There's not much to listen to, but whatever you want to do. So, but your meditation is up to you. There's no one way to meditate. So I'm going to come up, and then we'll end with our favorite little story. So Ganesha was sitting in the forest, and a monkey came up and asked, "What makes a good story?" And Ganesha replied, "Conflict, grief, love, comedy, terror, a villain who we must also love, all properly balanced and mixed like a perfect meal." There you have it. And namaste.